finish the job. What the fuck? Man, you made a mistake.
If I take his ass out, then all our problems go away. I vow to show up for those that need help. You're supposed to have my back.
You are under arrest for the murder of Quentin Dickinson.
Is everything okay?
No,
What do you want?
I don't want people to hate me.
You can't buy me out to ease your conscience.
Calling him a traitor.
Don't bite the hand that freed you.
You kept quiet, right?
Scared for you. Boy!
Emmett is fighting for his life, and the whole South Side is on edge. The Chi Season 7, Episode 9 trailer just dropped, and it's pure chaos. EMTT's been shot, Rege is on the run, and now the streets are talking as Emmett about to die. Everyone's turning on each other, secrets are spilling out, and it feels like no one is safe. What started as one bullet is about to explode into a war. And trust me, once this episode airs, nothing in the Chi will ever be the same again. Let's break down exactly why this episode is about to shake the whole city. First off, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Emmett. That boy's been through a lot, but this right here, this is different. In the last episode, we saw him get caught in the middle of Rege and Damien's beef, and it cost him everything. Rege didn't just shoot anybody, he shot someone close. Someone loved EMTT. As wild as he's been, didn't deserve this. And now, we're watching his entire world collapse in slow motion. In the trailer, we only catch a glimpse of Emmett in the hospital. But that's all it took. Oxygen mask, bloodstained shirt, and that haunting silence. No heartbeat, monitor sound, no movement, just fear. This isn't just about Emmett anymore. This is about what his shooting sets off. Everyone connected to him is about to snap. And let's be real, if Emmett dies, the whole game changes. We're talking Tiff, Victor, Nuck, Alicia, and even Pastor Ezekiel. These people might not all love each other, but they all love Emmett. And now, all of them want one thing: justice. Tiff was already hanging by a thread emotionally. We saw her crying in the hospital last episode, but this time, her pain might turn into rage. She was trying to keep things calm for Emmett's sake. But if he doesn't make it, I guarantee you she's not staying quiet. She's going to find out who pulled the trigger, and she's going to go scorched earth. And speaking of scorched earth, let's not forget Alicia. Her son's gone, her world's in pieces, and now Emmett's another person she tried to protect is on the brink of death. We already saw her visiting Pastor Ezekiel. But now that the trailer shows her and Zeke talking in private again, it's clear Alicia is ready to act. The question is, will she stick to the plan or make her own move? Then there's Damien. If there's one person who should feel the weight of this chaos, it's him. This whole mess started with his reckless gambling, his dirty debts, and his inability to control himself. Last episode, we saw how his lies spiraled, but now it's gone beyond money. Now it's blood. The trailer shows him alone, looking at his hands like he can't believe what he's done. But belief isn't enough anymore. Guilt won't save. Emmett, guilt won't stop Rege, and guilt definitely won't stop what's coming. The synopsis says Damien makes a promise, but to who? To Tiff. To himself? Or to someone darker? One theory that's catching fire online is that Damien might try to take out Rege himself to make up for what he caused. But here's the thing, Damien's not built like that. He talks tough, but when it comes down to it, he folds. Unless something in him really snaps this time. But what about Rege? Oh, Rege. This man just put a target on his own back, and he doesn't even realize how big it is. The trailer shows him hiding out, paranoid, sweating. He knows someone's coming, he just doesn't know who. Because this isn't like before when people warned him. This time, they're not talking. They're moving in silence. Toussaint already had a deal with Nuck to bring Rege in, but now, that deal is off. It's no longer about protecting sons. It's about avenging brothers. Nuck told Toussaint he'd deliver Rege alive, but after what happened to Emmett, even Nuck might not keep that promise. And you better believe Toussaint is watching every move now. She's done being diplomatic, and the streets. They've had enough. Of Rege's chaos, you feel it building. You feel it in every look, every pause, every whispered threat. But that's not even the full picture. Because deep down, the biggest shift is coming from someone Rege would never expect Victor last. Episode gave us the clue when Vic told EMT, "Ain't no next time," and now that line haunts every fan who saw it. That wasn't just banter. That was a warning. Victor's always walked a tightrope between street and peace. But this shooting, he can't ignore it. Not when Emmett was like a little brother to him. Not when the whole family is breaking, and not when his own blood Rege is the one holding the smoking gun. The trailer shows Victor sitting alone, holding something that looks like a photo of Emmett. That ain't just mourning. That's motivation. Rege might have thought he could always count on his brother, but now, that bond is shattered, and when family turns on you, it hits different. The Chi has always been about survival, who makes it out, who falls behind, and who becomes the villain when lines get blurred. But episode 9 feels like something more. It feels like the moment everything breaks. No more chances, no more forgiveness, just consequences. Because Emmett's not just a victim, he's a symbol, a spark. And if he dies, it's not just the end of a life, it's the beginning of a storm. Let's now take a deeper look at what's really bubbling beneath the surface, because this episode isn't just about revenge. It's about choices, broken loyalties, and people reaching their breaking points. Everyone's standing at a crossroads, and how they move next could decide who lives, who dies, and who loses everything. And one of the most dangerous people, right now, Alicia, she's been holding back ever since Rob died. But this time, she's not grieving. She's furious. Rege took Emmett from her, just like he took Rob. And now the fire she's been holding inside is about to explode. Her visit to Pastor Ezekiel is more than just a conversation. It's a signal. Alicia's ready to move, and she's not coming alone. Zeke Matov stayed out of the mess until now, but he knows what Rege represents: a poison spreading through the community. If Alicia and Zeke form an alliance, they become the spiritual and strategic force behind the fall of Rege. She's got the will, he's got the influence, and together, they could rally others to their side, especially those who've been silent up to now. Alicia has always walked the line between peace and power, but this time, she's stepping into war. And she'd burn every bridge if it means getting justice for the people she's lost. And here's where it gets even more tense, because while Alicia is planning in the background, Detective Toussaint is quietly assembling her next move. We've seen this before, how she plays the long game, gathering evidence, listening to whispers, and waiting for her moment to strike. But after EMTT's shooting, that waiting is over. This isn't about getting her son out anymore. This is about restoring control. Toussaint knows Rege is dangerous. She's been tracking his influence for months, and now that he's pulled the trigger, she has every reason and the legal power to shut him down. But there's a problem: Rege is slippery. And every time someone tries to box him in, he escapes. That's why she needs help, and that's where Nuck comes back into play. Nuck made a deal, but that deal's falling apart. Rege hurt Emmett, and Emmett means something to Nuck too. We've seen him evolve. He's not just a hustler anymore, he's a protector. A man trying to keep some kind of order in chaos. And now he has to decide, does he keep trying to bring Rege alive, or does he let the streets handle it? His visit to an unsuspecting friend in the synopsis hints at a shift in plan. Maybe he's no longer trying to warn people, maybe he's recruiting them. And then there's Victor, and if anyone's got the most to lose, it's him. This isn't just about family anymore. This is about his soul, his values. Everything he built with Trigg, with his campaign, with the people who trusted him, it's on the line. Rege is a walking disaster, and Vic knows it. The confrontation we saw in the trailer, that's not just a brotherly fight, that's years of disappointment, anger, and betrayal crashing down. When Victor kicks Rege out, it's more than personal. It's a declaration: I'm done protecting you. And in that moment, the last shield Rege had is gone. He's officially exposed. And if Rege pushes back, if he threatens Jake or Tiff, or anybody else Victor cares about, there's no telling how far Victor might go. He's not a killer. But this is the Chi, and we've seen good men do dark things when pushed too far. The scary part, we might see that happen again. Meanwhile, Damien's promise might just be the most unpredictable move of all. If it's a promise to stop gambling, it's too little, too late. If it's a promise to make things right, that could mean anything. Maybe he tries to take the fall for Rege. Maybe he tries to kill him. Or maybe, in a twist no one sees coming, Damien runs because guilt can make a man do cowardly things. But no matter what he does, the damage is done. Emmett is in the hospital. Families are cracking. And Rege is being hunted from all sides. The streets are watching. The people are restless. And episode 9, it's not just another chapter. It's the beginning of the end. Now let's shift focus to something that's been quietly building in the shadows: the emotional fallout. Because while the gunfire and betrayals are loud, it's the quiet moments that really destroy people. And that's where we find Tiff. She's holding everything in, but you can see it in her face. This pain isn't temporary. Emmett was her partner, her person, even when they weren't together. They've been through it, all breakups, healing, raising kids, heartbreaking. Now, she's sitting in a hospital room, not knowing if he'll live. She looks broken, and Alicia showing up at her side means something. Tiff doesn't always let people in, but this time, she needs help. And Alicia, who's lost her own son, understands that pain more than anyone. The trailer doesn't show much dialogue between them, but you can feel the weight in the silence. No words are needed when grief fills the air. If Emmett doesn't pull through, it's going to unleash something in Tiff that we've never seen before. Because this isn't about heartbreak anymore, this is about survival. She's not going to sit around and let Rege get away with this. Whether it's through Alicia, Toussaint, or her own hands, Tiff will want payback. And if she decides to stand up and fight, the war against Rege becomes even more personal, even more dangerous. But Tiff isn't the only one drowning in silence. Let's not forget Jake, who's stuck between two crumbling worlds. On one side, he's watching Emmett's brother in every way but blood bleed out from a bullet meant for someone else. On the other, he's watching Victor, the man who raised him, struggle to hold it all together. Jake has been through so much already, but this moment might finally push him past the edge. He's not a kid anymore, he's grown. And seeing Rege cross this final line, that changes something in him. If Rege tries to come back around, tries to make excuses, Jake might be the one to say, enough. And here's where things get wild. If Rege does try to hurt Jake either out of paranoia, desperation, or just straight up madness, we could see Trigg come back. Because Jake isn't just some random kid. He's Trigg's little brother. And Trigg might have stepped away to protect his own peace, but if his brother's in danger, there's no way he stays gone. The moment Jake gets pulled into this war, Trigg gets pulled in too. And with him, a whole new level of danger for Rege, because Trigg doesn't play games. He doesn't give warnings. He finishes what needs to be finished. Meanwhile, all of this is unraveling while Rege walks around like a time bomb. This man doesn't just destroy lives, he feeds off the destruction. He thinks he's untouchable. He thinks no one can touch him because everyone's too scared or too divided. But what he doesn't see, what he can't even imagine is that the whole city is turning against him. Quietly, slowly, methodically, everyone from Toussaint to Alicia, Victor to Tiff, even Damien and Jake. Everyone is done giving him chances. Rege started as a chaotic force, but now he's a hunted man. There's no loyalty left, no home left, and no one left to save him. Not even himself. The way things are moving. Episode 9 could be the beginning of his endor, the start of something even darker, if he survives and retaliates. Because if he feels cornered, Rege won't surrender. He'll lash out. And when people like him lash out, innocent people die. We've already seen what he's capable of. We've already seen what happens when people underestimate him. But this time, the people coming for him aren't underestimating him anymore. They're planning. They're waiting. And soon, they'll strike. Now here's where things go from tragic to terrifying. Because with the city closing in on Rege, the question is no longer if he'll be taken down. It's how bloody will it get before that happens. Rege has always been unpredictable. But after shooting Emmett, he's crossed a line that even his closest allies won't forgive. And the most chilling part, he's too arrogant to see it. This man's been living on borrowed time, surviving off fear, manipulation, and violence. But now he's running out of places to hide. When Victor kicks him out, when Toussaint starts closing in, and when Alicia starts moving pieces behind the scenes, Rege is going to panic, and panicked men with guns. They don't think they react. That makes Rege more dangerous than ever. He might start threatening old allies, turning on people like Jake, or even trying to run. But running won't save him this time. Every corner he turns, there's a new threat waiting. Nuck, Toussaint, Alicia, Vic, maybe even Damien if he grows a spine. Rege has become a man surrounded by enemies, and now, even he knows it. But what if he decides to go out swinging? We've seen characters like this before, too far gone to change, too proud to beg. If Rege feels like he's got nothing left to lose, he might try to take someone else down with him. And that's where things get truly terrifying. If he goes back to Tiff looking for sympathy and doesn't get it, he could snap. If he blames Jake for turning on him, Jake could be in real danger. And if he suspects Victor or Toussaint is building a case behind his back, he might try to shut it all down violently. Rege is a man who never planned for the long game. He plays dirty, fast, and desperate. And desperate men are lethal. So while everyone else is getting ready to strike, they better remember H doesn't go down easy. We've seen him talk his way out of impossible corners before. We've seen him put fear into people just by showing up. That kind of power doesn't disappear overnight. The question is, who's willing to go all the way to stop him? Because in this episode, almost isn't going to cut it. If someone wants to end this, they have to end him. And that's not something everyone is built to do. And yet, someone's going to try. You can feel it. The title, Last Respects, tells us something big is coming. Maybe it's a funeral. Maybe it's a goodbye to Emmett. Maybe it's the final moment before someone makes a move they can't undo. We could be looking at an episode where everything finally snaps. Where someone pulls the trigger, not out of fear but out of love, out of pain, out of justice. That's what makes the cheese so powerful. Every act of violence comes with a cost. Every choice leaves scars. And in episode 9, the choices people make won't just define this season, they'll shape the rest of the show. Whether it's Alicia giving up peace, Victor turning his back on blood, or Toussaint crossing a legal line she swore never to break. Something permanent is about to go down. No more empty threats. No more warnings. Just action. This is the moment where everything collides. Where grief, guilt, loyalty, and rage all meet in the same burning room. The Cheese Season 7 Episode 9 isn't just building tension, it's releasing. Every character, every storyline, every decision made since the beginning of this season has been pushing toward this explosion. And now, it's finally here. The episode is called Last Respects, and that title hits like a warning shot. Someone is going to pay, someone is going to fall. And the question we're left asking is asterisk, who's going to make it out the other? Side asterisk, there's no turning back. The rules have changed, the alliances have cracked, and the people we thought were strong might break in ways we never expected. Let's talk about what this episode really represents. It's the end of illusions. For too long, characters like Rege have walked through chaos like they're untouchable. They thought fear would protect them. They thought loyalty would keep people in line. But fear only lasts so long. Eventually, it turns into hate. Eventually, it creates enemies with nothing to lose. And now, those enemies are everywhere. Alicia, once seen as a grieving mother, has evolved into a calculated force of vengeance. She's done waiting, done crying, done being polite. Rege didn't just take Rob, he took Emmett too. And when you steal from someone who's already lost everything, they become dangerous. She's aligned herself with Pastor Ezekiel, not just for moral guidance, but for strategy. Zeke has seen what darkness can do. And now, he's stepping out of the pulpit and into the fight not with fists, but with influence. That alliance is going to be one of the most powerful forces in this war. Alicia has the pain, Zeke has the platform, and they both want justice. Meanwhile, Toussaint is done following procedure. She's been a detective long enough to know when the law isn't enough. She made a deal with Nuck before Bring Region alive, and she'll protect her son. But after Emmett's shooting, the game changed. The law can't bring healing.